National World Talk Radio Network is still experimenting, so listen up. They called from the fraud department. The person who answered, she trusted them, and they took everything from her bank account, all $19,000 of it. Listen to today's episode, and you can save your bank account from happening to you, especially if you're carrying large amounts of money in your bank account. Today's article is taken from the WPXI.com news staff. Scammers can wipe out your entire bank account and how to protect yourself. In today's world, the scammers are more than just taking your money. They can totally beggar you, leaving you with absolutely nothing left in your bank account at all. And the kicker, your bank might not be able to get that money back for you once it's gone. The criminals of today in the 21st century are staying one step ahead of you as they work their greedy little hands to get on your money. The scammers pose as USAA's fraud department, and they stole $19,000 from Allison Adams' bank account by exploiting personal information and convinced her to make a deposit at a local bank. Miss Adams received a call from someone she didn't know, she didn't recognize, claiming to be from the USAA's fraud department, who already knew specific details about her account and led her to believe that this call was legitimate. The scammer requested a one-time code sent by USAA, which Adams provided despite warnings not to share it. 2 red flags already, folks. They just need that one-time code, said Eric Bugan of Austin Capital Bank, explaining that scammers often already have most of your information from data breaches, which are quite common now. In Adam's case, the scammer convinced her to deposit $19,000 at a local Chase bank and claimed it was necessary to catch the criminals. However, for this part of this scam, the money was stolen during this process. She was on the phone with the scammer for 2 hours, during which time they managed to lock her out of her own USAA account. Quote, "It's my husband's retirement and disability money. So everything he's worked for 22 years. USAA denied Adams' fraud claim, stating that there was no evidence of fraudulent activity because, here's the kicker word, she had voluntarily provided the scammers access to her account, and she personally made the deposit herself. USAA, listen up, folks, emphasized that they would never, ever ask customers to share a one-time access code or send money to another bank. and they advise their customers to hang up and call the financial institution directly if they receive suspicious calls. So don't let your flight instinct take over. You hear something that doesn't sound right, hang up immediately and make the appropriate call and confirm what's going on. This incident with Miss Adams highlights the sophisticated tactics now used by scammers to exploit your personal data and deceive you. So the experts now advise consumers to be cautious and verify any suspicious codes or calls with their financial institution directly. And this goes for all scammers who call you on the phone. First tip, if I don't recognize the phone number or I don't recognize the name, I do not answer it. Number two, I've been hassled by the Easy Pass to pay for Easy Pass that I'm supposedly delinquent for. Well, I don't use Easy Pass, so it's pretty obvious to me it's difficult to pay for something when you don't ever use it. I used it once when my husband was alive, but I haven't used it since. I already looked it up, and it told me that this was a common scam. So, folks, verify first. Do not panic. Remind yourself what Barnum used to say, there's a sucker born every minute. And that not only refers to carnivals and circuses and freak shows of those days, but it also refers to us thinking that something is wrong when something isn't. If there's an urgency in that voice or in that email or in that text, know that something's up. They're trying to scare you. They're trying to unnerve you. They're trying to rattle your chains. So make sure that before they do that, turn them off, delete it, turn them out, take a deep breath, call your son or your daughter, call up the bank, call up that particular institution that you sort of got this warning from, and verify whether or not it is the real thing. $19,000 in today's economy, that's retirement and disability that they've been saving for 20 years. That's tragic, right up there with the Greek tragedies. Don't stand for it. This is misinformation at its highest level. And if you are using AI, hang up, turn around, and ask AI, I just received this phone call. I just received this text. I just received this email. Can you please tell me whether it's real or it's a fraud and I should report it? You have to monetize and make sure that you monitor your own account so this will not happen to you. And my condolences to Miss Adams, because this is a real tragedy. I had a friend who also received a similar call, and by the time the whole thing was said and done, they had gotten her to invest in cryptocurrency. But luckily for her, she got her money back. But if you do something voluntarily and perform it yourself, you cancel out your bank reimbursing you for those funds which you gave away so freely. And if you want to hear about scams that are of use to you, then let us know. contact pwrnetworkllc@gmail.com. Leave your name, email, and tell us what the problem is. And we will get it online so that other people can be aware of it. If you want to know something, I had someone write to me via YouTube in their comment section telling me that if they had not heard about one of the scams that I report on weekly, they would have fallen from it and gotten scammed out of a lot of their money. But thanks to PWR Talk Network, they listened to the podcast via YouTube. And now not only are they aware, but they shared that podcast with everyone in their network. So pay attention. This is for you, to protect you from those thieves who would rather work you over digitally than go out and sweat by their brow. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great weekend and welcome to November.